Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am doing a used book haul. Most of them are from a bookstore called Books Revisited, and some of them are from my local library. I have some Book of the Month books in here that came in my box, also ones that I bought at the library, and there is some books that I got from thriftbooks.com. I will link it below so you guys can go check them out. And there's some I actually got at a garage sale. So let's start here. So from the garage sale, I started collecting the Percy Jackson series. So the first book is The Lightning Thief. The second one is The Sea of Monsters. The third one is The Titan's Curse. And then the fourth one is The Battle of Labyrinth. And the last one, I believe, is The Last Olympian, and they're all by Rick Riordan. My kitty wants to help. You saw her walk through. Here's her tail, right here. That is her favorite place to sit, is on the back of the couch. And then I picked up, let's see, I guess the Red Pyramid series. The first one is The Red Pyramid. Let's see if I can find the second one, because that one I do not have. Let's see here. Nope, it just goes right into the book. So let's see here. Times are in the back. The Throne of Fire is the second one, which I do not have, but it's here in the book, right here. And then I have number 3, The Mark of Athena. And then I have The House of Hades and The Lord of Olympus. Of course, this series as well is by Rick Riordan, and it's the Heroes of Olympus series. And at this point, I think there's only 5. I need to get the second one. I know the gentleman at Books Revisited will be looking for it for me. I will link his website below so you guys can look at that as well. Also at Books Revisited, I picked up the City of the Bones and Ash series, and I have 6 books. And then if I hold it this way, hopefully I don't drop it. Isn't that a pretty picture that it makes? And it's by Cassandra Clare. And the first one is City of Bones. I'm sorry, it's the Mortal Instruments series. So the first one is City of Bones. And the second one is City of Ashes. City of Glass. City of Fallen Angels. City of Lost Souls. And City of Heavenly Fire. But now if you look at the back, it has a Shadow Hunters series. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Doing my best. So after I read this series, then maybe I'll have to go get the Shadow Hunter series. And most of the books are about the same size, but this last one, that's a hefty book. This one I also picked up at a yard sale. It's In 5 Years. I've heard Sarah Carioli talk about this. I've heard Seth Ford talk about it. I don't know much about it, so I'll read the first paragraph and we'll just kind of go from there. It says, Dani Kahn lives her life by the numbers. Her every goal has long been mapped out and accounted for. To her mind, the unpredictable does not exist. She is nothing like her lifelong best friend, the wild, whimsical, believes in fate Bella. So when Dani is asked the proverbial question at the most important interview of her career, she has a meticulously crafted answer at ready. Later, after nailing her interview and accepting her boyfriend's marriage proposal, Dani goes to sleep knowing she is right on track to achieve her 5-year plan. I'm going to read the second one. But when she awakens, she's suddenly in a different apartment with a different ring on her finger and beside a very different man. Dani spends 1 hour exactly 5 years in the future before she wakes again in her own home on the brink of midnight, but it is 1 hour she cannot shake. Well, that sounds really interesting. So I'm excited to read that. And this one here, it just looks really interesting. To be honest, the cover is what got me. Which sounds super shallow. It's From Here to Eternity by Caitlin Doughty. Look at that cover. On the bottom it says, Traveling the World to Find the Good Death. So that's on the front cover. And then throughout are pictures. So that I think is fun. And then there's pages that have big pictures on there. And the reason it caught my attention is because the front of the cover, you kind of relate to Cinco de Mayo, which in Spanish terms is Day of the Dead. But I thought it would be kind of interesting. It's not an author I've ever read. And then I also found Three Willows, The Sisterhood Grows by Anne Brashares. She is also the author of The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. So literally that's the only reason I picked it up. Because I liked the movie The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. And look at that. How fun is that? On the back it says, there are moments in your life when the big pieces slide and shift. Sometimes the big changes don't happen gradually, but all at once. That's how it was for us. So yeah, I'm excited to get into that to see if it's like the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants or if it's different. These next books here are from thrift books or half price books. I don't remember which because I've ordered from both. I love how they put this on the front. I don't like the sticker, but I think it's cute. It says Easily Amused by Karen McQuestion. And look at that. Look at that sticker. It's a book Band-Aid because it's a pre-owned book. Isn't that cute? I really got it because the front, really, that sounds terrible, but I got it just because of the front. So on the back it says, when 29-year-old Lola Watson unexpectedly inherits a rambling house in the suburbs, she thinks her life just couldn't be more perfect. Until her new neighbor makes her their project, a heartbroken high school friend crashes indefinitely at her house, and her younger sister announces she's getting married on Lola's 30th birthday. Suddenly, Lola's not so keen on her newfound domestic bliss. But when she meets handsome, mysterious, Oh my gosh, what was that? Ryan Morty. Lola dares to hope she's found the perfect guy to one-up her sister and add a little spice back into her life. So I'm excited to get into that. The next one I got just because it looks like it's set back in like the 1800s, early 1900s, like back when there was wagons and women wore those, oh God, they pull on them, and I can't think of it. Anyway, the pictures on the front of the book, you'll know. It says A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. Corset, that's what it is. And literally the corset is the only reason I got the book. It says Gemma Doyle isn't like other girls. Girls with impeccable manners who speak when spoken to, who remember their station, and who will lie back and think of England when it required them to. So that's interesting. That's how each chapter starts. That's fun. So yeah, this is set in England. And like I said, you can tell by the dress that it's an older history romance maybe. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. The next one I got was Nicholas Sparks, The Lucky One. This was a blind date with a book. I will try and link her information below because she sends books and they're a little beat up. For the most part, they look brand new. Like there's no bent pages, there's nothing wrong with the cover or the back, there's no stains on the pages. Like she does really, really good. So the next one I got is Dear John by Nicholas Sparks. This is a motion picture. I don't think I've seen the picture. So I'm excited to read this because it looks like it has Channing Tatum in it for the movie. But I don't want to watch the movie and then read the book. Like that just serves no purpose to me. So I would read the book and then watch the movie. I'm weird like that. So the next one I got is Don't Look Down by Jennifer Cruz and Bob Mayer. So I really picked this up because of the cover. It looked like it would be a rom-com or just a romance in general. And the cover in here is absolutely amazing. Look at that. The whole book is like that. So I'm excited with that. Is there nothing special on the pages? But again, this is a really nice used book. Like it looks brand new. I know it's been read because it sits like it's been read, but like the binding isn't broke. There's no stains on the pages. There's no rips on the dust cover or the dust jacket. So I'm excited for that. This next one looks like it's a summer romance set at a beach. This is The Days of Summer by Jill Barnett. This is an author I have not ever read. You see the... And so, and this book again is used, but it's in excellent condition, absolutely fabulous condition. And I did get another one. I do not read this author. I have tried reading this author. I do not like this author. So I may do this as a giveaway. I may just give it to my used bookstore. But it's called Daniel Steele, Daddy. So yeah, it's not something I would read. My mother-in-law has already read it, so I can't pass it on to her. So then I also got Taking the Fifth by J.A. Janis, and it's a mass market paperback. There's one crease in the binding, but other than that, the book is absolutely phenomenal. Like, there is nothing wrong with it. I've never read this author, but I'm excited to see if I like this author. If I do, maybe I'll find more books by her. The next one I got a while ago, finally. It's one of my last books from Book Depository before they close. It's from Luke Cobb with Love by Mariana Zapata. And for the Briar You series, I picked up The Dare, so I can start reading that series. I will be reading that series with Jamie. I will link her information below if you would like to join her Patreon and read along with us. But it is The Dare by Elle Kennedy. This one is different. It's a shiny cover versus all the other ones are a matte cover, so I don't know how much I like that, but either way. And I finally picked up Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. I don't know much about this either. I just know this is one that Sarah Carioli first talked about, and I wanted to pick it up. It looks like it's got like an ogre type vibe in it. You see on the front here, he looks kind of like an ogre. So I'm excited to read that. My book club picks for May are, there are 3, and it says Divine Rivals. And it's by Rebecca Ross. I really picked it up before they were talking about it on YouTube, because it just, the cover is what caught my eye. It looked interesting, and I don't know, the cover just looked interesting. I really know nothing about the book. The second one I picked up was one of the first YouTubers I watched in the book they recommended. It's The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. This was my second book club pick. And then the book I picked for May, there was only one I really found interesting, and it's called The Last Word by Taylor Adams. Since I've gotten this, I've heard Sarah Carioli talk about it. It sounds like there's a murder in the house, and this person sees the murder. And something about they get the last word on this person that murdered this person. I'm not sure. But this is the one that looked the most interesting for the book club pick for May. And I am into true crime as well as I am into romance and that types of thing. So I've picked up Zodiac by Robert Graysmith, and it's a book about the Zodiac killer, and he's got different things in here. He's got some of the evidence that the officers had and the pictures and where some of the things happened. The other one I picked up is Helter Skelter. This is about Charles Manson and his gang and the murders that they committed back in 1969. So I'm intrigued to read it. For Helter Skelter, I'm worried to read it, but we'll see how that goes. I have the book of Lost Friends. This one I got at a yard sale. It is by Lisa Wingate, and they obviously got it at Target. I know nothing about this, but I thought it would be really interesting because of the title. The cover, don't get me wrong, is very pretty. But I really, the title is what got me. It looks like it's set in 1875 and 1987 in Louisiana. So I think that'll be really interesting to read. Another one I picked up, the rest of these I believe are all from the library. It says Sunrise on Mannahatta. I'm really guessing at that, by Cornelia Alley. And really the cover is what got me. It looked interesting. Look at that, it's got pictures in there. And it looks like it's set way back in 1535 and 1609. So this might be really interesting. The book is super heavy. This here is a mass market paperback. I was hoping for a bigger copy, but I got it at the library, that's what they had. So it's The Wedding Date by Jasmine Gilroy. And you can see how this is compared to the other books, like it's super small. But this sounds like a rom-com type of book. So I'm excited to read that and see what it's all about. I also picked up Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. There's a little water damage on this, but getting it from the library for a quarter, what do you do? And the writing in this is super small. But this is another one of those older books. And it's got a picture inside. So I'm kind of interested to see that. This one, a girlfriend of mine read in college, and it sounded like a really interesting book, like it may be like a mystery murder thriller. It's called The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. And the words in here are really small, but hopefully it won't take that long to read. This one I've seen on a few YouTube channels. I really don't remember whose YouTube, tell you the truth. But it's got this in between the pages, and it's called The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. My battery's about to die, so we're gonna zip through these super quick. I picked up The Hotel Nantucket by Ellen Hildebrand. This is also a Book of the Month book, but this I got at the library. Another Book of the Month book is The Star-Crossed Sisters of Tuscany by Lori Nelson Spielman. Again, this is another Book of the Month book. I picked up this one literally because of the cover and the title. An Amber in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I finally picked up The X-Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I picked up Court of the Vampire Queen by Katie Robert. I picked up Black Cake and Mammy, I think. Black Cake is by Charmaine Wilkerson. It's also a Book of the Month pick that I got from, it looks like Books Revisited. And Mammy is by Jessica George, which I also got at Books Revisited. And I picked up Necessary People by Anna Pitonick, which is also an old Book of the Month book. Like a Sister, Kelly Garrett, also a Book of the Month pick that I got from the library. I picked it up literally because of the cover. And then I picked up The Rose Society. This one I think is the first book in a series, but I like the cover of this, and it's supposed to be part of a society. The same author wrote Warcross. And these last four are a series. It's Deliverance, Liberty, Fortitude, and Defiance by Samantha Schneider. And it's books 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just the covers. Look at the covers. This one is really pretty. Look at that. The Northern Lights are on there. And if you're wondering, it is the Deliverance series. I'm not sure how many books there are in the series. They only had 4 at the library, so I'll have to do some research and see if there's more than 4. Let me know if you've read any of these books, if you like them, if you don't like them, if there's any you would recommend that I don't have. And thank you for stopping by. Make sure you like, share, and comment, and just get more people to my channel. The sooner I build my YouTube channel, the sooner I do a giveaway for a book. Thanks!